Welcome to another episode of Vaseline with Stu. Here we have the second rendition of Poland in Flames. What is it? 106, I think? I think it's Going Postal is the name of this scenario. As you can see at the bottom. In Danzig, Poland, September 1st, of course. BFP 106, like I said, 1939. Yeah, victory conditions in this particular game. The Germans win at game end by controlling the following buildings: 10 T6 and 10 BB7, which is, let me clear it out. Hold on. Boom. Right here, this building here. Let me see if I do the control circle. The one that I hate. That building there, which is fortified, and we'll get into that in a minute. And this little building on the side, I guess that's the break room for the postal guys. I don't know what the hell that is. But anyway, 7 turns along. Not too bad. Germans don't have to go very far. But we'll go with the setup conditions. This is kind of another interesting scenario, sort of like the Joseph 351. We have 3 nationalities, and one's the Polish, the other's SS, and the other one's the partisans. And the story behind the partisans is I guess the workers in the factories or what have you were rallied together by the leader, the partisan leader, and that's what's represented in the 3 hex radius zone of control there. The other guy that's allowed in your OB to set up essentially on board Tanner with the Polish, I don't know what that crew is for, but if you want to read the historical notes on this scenario, feel free. I just don't want to, I don't have it with me right here. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to go over the strategy that I have real quick before the scenario start. Anyway, you'll have, let me get the units back on the board. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 squads and a leader, which is the leader that rallies the units. I call him Chalupa. And a whole slew of dummies, to be honest with you. You get 4 dummies with the partisans. And the Polish can rally the partisans as if they're not allied miners. So that's a nice bonus. Whether it happens in the scenario, don't know. We have a lone partisan here on the side. And, oh, before we get started with that, you'll see on the screen the Basel map boards, Batiste homemade map boards. This does not look like your homemade, or does not like it look like your grandmother's Basel map board. It's Batiste's. Go to the site. You don't need this link. Just put in Basel Batiste. You'll find it. It'll pop right up. The beautiful boards. Like to go to a different rendition. You'll try something a little differently. They work fine. We had no problems with the LOS on the board. It just looks cleaner. They do the overlays. There's a slew of scenarios that they do and have done for your scenarios. The hills, I don't think we've played a hill scenario yet, but the hills look absolutely outstanding. The rivers, the valleys, check them out. Great site. Give them a follow, give them a thumbs up, say, hey, your stuff looks great. Wheat fields, obviously, you got orchards here, really cool looking orchards. Again, they automatically do the overlays and the whole 9 yards for you. The only mistake that we found on this particular map is the Y9 to Z8 interface right here. It has the wall right there, but on the original map it has the pass-through. Obviously it's going to be a pass-through, so that's an easy LOS to check. You just got to make sure it doesn't leave the roadway. So not a big deal, just like the one up here. Do you see? Oops, you can't see it. Just like the one right here, right in the smack dab in the middle, exactly the same as the one down here. And the roadways, if you see the roadways, you gotta check this out. You gotta look at that right there. It's got little road ties or something like that. They raise up and down, and the coloration changes. Just absolutely gorgeous. Just absolutely. I don't care if I get my ass kicked at this scenario. I just like looking at the board. You know, the lumber yards, rail lines. It's absolutely beautiful. They do a bang up job. I've been wanting to play these for a bazillion years, but just haven't gotten around to find that scenario, or I'm too lazy when I get a scenario, look it up, find them on the map board. It's real simple to download. You just simply download it. It will pop right up in your Valzo board list. Boom. It has both the boards together, all the overlays. You don't have to do anything. Load it. You're ready to go. So, absolutely beautiful. I just want to give them a shout out. They do a bang up job, and I'm very pleased to have them in the ASL community providing such a great, beautiful artwork. I'm just an artwork guy. So, hats off to Valzo Batiste. Anyway, back to the strategy. We got the German SS. We've got all these schmucks up here. They're 447 and 437 SS units. So say, Stu, that's not SS, that's crap. Yeah, well, pretty much. They get the job done. There's a whole bunch of them. 447s here, 437s, a whole bunch of units. I think he's got, what, 14 squads. Lots of machine gun support. So he's got a little assault troop here, regardless, even if I have some guys down here. His first turn entries are 275 guns, as you see here. A couple flamethrowers, 3 demos, and 838s. You know, yeah, that's going to be a problem. And 3 armored cars with 12 firepower. Count it, 12 firepower, people. That's disgusting. Break down 11, but I don't care. His armor's 2. I have no anti-tank capability other than close combat reaction fire or close combat attacks. And or LMGs. Yes, LMGs. Not gonna get the job done. Wish I had an ATR, a couple 3 ATRs. That'd be great. Anyway, I'm gonna go over my little partisan setup here first, and then we're gonna work on the Polish setup. They kind of work hand in hand. At the end of the game, I'll tell you what I probably could have done differently to make the game go smoother for me, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I anticipate a little bit of push through here, but most of his push I expect to be going to the right-hand side, simply because these buildings on this right-hand side, well, let me get my, okay, these buildings here are going to be a good approach, obviously, because they're going to be 2 hexes away from that building there. Flamethrower range, that's going to be smoke, and 838 demo charge range, so that's going to be rough to get through. Obviously, an attack over here is possible, definitely possible in 7 turns, wholeheartedly, and that's actually wouldn't be a bad deal if he can get down this back side and hook down through this building here. Good rally terrain, he could actually go back from there and deal with that, and therefore be a dual-pronged attack so my units can't go either way. That wouldn't be a bad deal to do. But I don't anticipate him going that way because I have a plan for my partisans, and we'll tell you that right now. So, partisans. Let's get these bad boys on the board. Alright. Dummies. Dummies on first level. So, to make him think that I could shoot over, like, the walls, or these walls here in open ground, or down the street over here, whatever, just to make him think that there's somebody up there. Dummies in the first row, real units here. What I plan to do is he'll set up here after a while. You'll see at the beginning of this scenario. He'll push through. My whole plan for the partisan was to delay units here and keep 1 or 2 units, attack here, slow them down as much as possible. Keep 1 or 2 units if I survive that combat. And because he'll be bringing on these guns, I expect him to bring them on down here because their primary purpose is, if you look over here to the right-hand side, right here, smoke 8, smoke 8. That's it. This building at the bottom, the objective hex, +5 terrain, +5 fortification. He's never going to hit that damn thing in a million years. It'll take him 3 turns to get acquisition on it. And he's rarely going to hit anything. And he'd have to position the guns maybe like an X1. Maybe like an X1. Oh, holy smokes, what happened there? What the hell happened? Like an X1, so he could shoot down this side. And that's about the only hex that he could see. Actually, he can't even see that. He has to position maybe up here to hit these 2 hexes, which is possible. I have no problem with that positioning there. No problem whatsoever. So anyway, if you get smoke, free smoke in the way, it's pretty much over, because if you can't fire through smoke, you can't do a lot. And as you notice, you have 4 partisan squads, 1 partisan leader, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, count it, 7 squads to hold off 21 squads, or 14, 15, 16, 17 squads, and 3 armored cars. And 3 artillery pieces. So not a lot going on there. But anyway, partisans, slow them down, and then the partisans would then sweep this way or this way, wherever he sets up his artillery, and try to take the artillery pieces out from behind. Or, if anything, make him swivel his artillery and take care of me. Waste time delaying with the partisans. That's my whole plan for the partisans, is delay and distract. So we'll see how that happens. Now the allies here on the right hand side, a little something differently. I anticipate him coming on the right side. Like I said, I've got an LMG here. I've got double stacks. So all the double stacks, when you see the double stacks, he's going to think LMG, LMG, LMG. And maybe back here, that's why I put my 10-1 here separately. So he thinks my 10-1's right there. So, but instead, LMG. Over here, LMG. LMG, you know, he doesn't know where the LMGs are. There's, what, 5 stacks of 3 units? 3 of them have to have LMGs, or I could have hidden one. So, there you go. And why this dot's big again, I don't know. Hidden units on this side. So these are just going to delay, fall back, delay, fall back, fall back, fall back, and then the only one I have is this leader here. He's just going to go back to the building. I'm just putting him up there because he can move fast. Wherever the trucks move, where the armor cars move, they come down here. He could just run. He could run and make it to this building and get behind and make. Wow. Oh, I see. There we go. And make it behind to the fortification. Pretty simple. That's why I simply put his morale down. I don't anticipate him getting in range of my squads. You know, 10 hex range. There's nothing going to be visible in the first 2-3 turns, maybe. So I don't need really them up front. And I'm not going to push a hard defense up front because his armor cars can just move around you, blast you, and then you're just done. You're just done. So delayed force, hopefully on the right hand side, keep them back. Hidden units. This bad boy pops out. Hit. Wait, where is it? Hit. Right. Fires on whoever shoots or breaks. Hopefully break a couple units or catch a flamethrower or a truck or something like that might cruise by, because there's only 2 avenues of approach, because they can't bypass when they're towing. There are 3 avenues of approach for the trucks. They have to go through. They have to go through here, or through there, or come around this way. So there's only 2 ways the trucks are getting up in the front to put their guns down to fire. You can manhandle them, but that takes time. So he drives them up there, drops them, shoots them. He doesn't have a lot of avenues of approach. So hidden units here, what they're going to do is going to take a pot shot at a best shot they can get. He'll die, right? So, and then by that time, these units will move back here or be killed. He'll move back here, you know, maybe across here. Dummies will be gone. So then he'll think it's clear. Clear the hidden unit out there. Maybe the hidden unit's out here in the orchard or the wheat field. So he's going to fly by. Hopefully, he'll pop a little chintzy truck. Truck will drive by. I'll hit a 4 even on him. I think that's a 5 to immobilize, a 4 to destroy. Or if he should happen to roll a 838 with a flamethrower, you know, come cruising down here, walking. That'll be a 4-3. I'll take that any day of the week. You know, take the flamethrower out. If he's out broken, that's 1 or 2 more turns that he can't get to the fortified location. Therefore, he only has 1 flamethrower. So that's what the secondary unit is for. I don't anticipate him moving into this hex if he should happen to discover the other one, simply because everybody else will be gone from the area and he'll just move around it. He'll just simply open ground move around it. That's the plan. So hopefully we can withstand. It's just a delaying tactic. We'll see how my delaying tactics works. They usually don't, but we're gonna pound these guys in the buildings. Again, the fortification is +5. Let's get a zoom in on that. +5 fortification. So we just rounded it up right here, and he needs both. He needs both buildings. The problem I have is once he gets in the building, it's over. It's over. There's a first level on the building, no second level, first level, but the first level is not fortified, and therefore his armored cars can rip those units up at 12+3. That's not a bad shot. 12+5 means he needs a 4 for morale check. Nah, I'll take that all day. So once he gets into the building, let me back it up. Let me add some units in there. Once he gets these guys in the building, You know, say these guys are gone back here. Then I'm going to have, he's going to have 24 firepower, if not flamethrower demo charges, 838s in there. I'm going to have 16 firepower plus 5. He's going to have 24 firepower plus 5. I will lose that battle just by simple dice rolls. We roll the same dice. He gets a 1 morale check. I get a normal morale check or a pintas check. Once he gets in the building, it's over. So it's just a matter of time. 7 turns. Don't know how long that'll be, but that's the plan. We're going to go with that. We're going to stick with that, and hopefully it'll work. He has a 105 over here on the hand of the second on the side coming in second turn. That's just another vehicle. I think it's just for flavor. The 105 is okay. Again, same smoke, not exponent, but same smoke ammunition, smoke 8. So lots of units, lots of fun units. He's got assault engineers. I think these are assault engineers. I think they have smoke of 5. I think, yeah, that's an error. That was my error. So it's a smoke of 5 on these bad boys. So even if you don't get smoke from the guns, you'll get them from the engineers. It's just free smoke. Come on. Tanks, weak tanks, but 12 firepower. The problem I have with the tanks and setting up too many forces out of the building up in the front. If I sent more guys up here, right? Then his armored cars just kind of fly by. He takes a shot. His armored cars can bypass, and then once he gets his armored car over here, you know, on the flanks and one guy right down the middle, you know, my guys really can't get to the building. And so putting too many forces up front because you're outnumbered and you're outgunned, because all you have to do is sit there. You can't route that direction. He's just going to break you, and you'll lose the game by turn 3. So once he's in a position of the armored cars, you know, they can move there in like 1 turn, then it's over. So that's why I really don't like to sit back and sit in a building and like do nothing for most of the game. But you know, I was really hesitant on putting these guys here. It's like, oh my god, I'm just gonna sit and wait and dice it out. But we'll see what happens. Plus 5 is very good, excellent defense. So long-winded. Thanks for catching with me. Enjoy turn 1, and we'll leave some comments later on. Like, subscribe to the video. If you like this sort of strategy thoughts before the game, I should have done them on other games. Sometimes we do them like right at the beginning, and sometimes it works. You may still hear a little bit my thoughts right in the beginning of the game as well, because I may or may not catch it all. We'll see. But thanks for subscribing. Thanks for your Patreons for your support. Very well appreciated. And anybody else that gives me comments, good ideas, trying to get this stuff going for you guys, making it interesting, hopefully making it interesting, and hopefully learning a little bit of ASL along the way. We do make some mistakes, obviously, right in the first turn. Hopefully you tell me what they are. You put them in the notes, you put them in the comments, and you tell me what kind of mistakes we make. Obviously, 8.2 comes in play. Once those mistakes are passed, you just kind of ignore it, and you just kind of roll with the punches. So anyway, that's just part of ASL. And one more note before we get into the game. For you guys that are hesitating and getting into ASL, I don't want to say the F word, but the full ASL, don't worry about it. Get the basics down. And if you're coming from SK, you're going to learn the basics in SK, pull it off in the full ASL. God, I hate the full ASL. Jeez. Anyway, add a little bit of Chrome. Ask questions. If you don't like it, forget it. You don't like snipers, dump the snipers. You know, too much stuff on sniper, dump the snipers. Start playing the game. Start adding a little bit of rule set after all, and we'll see what happens. Honestly, I played squad leader initially. Started off playing, fighting, shooting, playing for years, right? Getting ASL, meet my new opponent. He puts his little blue counter on my guys after he breaks them. Has a DM on it. I said, what the hell is that? He says, a DM. I said, what are you doing that for? I don't get +4 rally morale check. What are you talking about? He says, yeah, it's desperation, bro. That's what happens when you break. So that's a bunch of bullshit. So I had to look it up in the rules. You know, there was just a DM. So simple things like that are overlooked. Just play the game and learn one thing, hopefully 2 or 3, per game, and you'll become a better player. So don't be afraid to screw up, because you will screw up. Just play. Know what you kind of did wrong at the end of the game. You know, if you have a problem, don't look up rules during the game. If you're a new player, just kind of play it. And if it's something really critical, you could look it up. If not, don't worry about it. But just cruise through it. Play your game. Have fun. Roll your snake eyes. Kill him in close combat. And laugh at him while you drink his beer when he goes to the restroom. So enjoy the game, and we'll catch you at the end. Thanks a lot.